Hello boys, today again I'm here for the next video and that is related to the French Revolution. In the previous video we discussed about the outbreak of the revolution and we ended with the National Assembly that was created, and they were busy in making the constitution of the France. After drafting the constitution that was brought in front of the king to make the signature, but the king showed reluctant to sign the constitution. Although he ratified the constitution, he was secretly gathering an army to undo what the revolutionists had done it. He invited the ruler of Russia, England, Germany, Spain, Austria to cooperate with him in placing a check upon the dangerous example of the French Revolution. The response was disappointing, but the king of Persia and Austria were the only rulers who decided to give the support, and they interfere in the internal matter of the France. In 1792, they invaded France in order to help the king. The France army could check the advance of the invaders. Thousands of the volunteers uh, filled with the revolutionary enthusiasm joined the army. They sang a very famous song today. It is a France national anthem known as the Marseillaise that was composed by the poet Roger Diaz. And the Revolutionary War brought losses and economic difficulties to the people, while the men were fighting and the women were busy with their children at home. And the last section of the populations were convinced that the revolution had to be carried further as the Constitution of 1791 gave political right only to the richer section of society. Political clubs become very much important, in which the very famous club that was formed at that time under the leadership of Maximilian Robespierre, and that was a Jacobin club. So in the number of the clubs that was formed at that time, but the people and the politicians met and discussed. They drew a plan and keep the revolutionaries cause in the clubs. The most significant at that time was the Jacobin. It was named after the religious order of Saint Jacob, whose premises it had taken over during the revolution. The Jacobin club became uh, extremely revolutionary under the leadership of the Maximilian Robespierre. And under the leadership of Maximilian Robespierre, many peoples were attracted, and it was seen the club attracted mainly the artisans, shopkeepers, workers, poor section of the people, those who belongs to the France, and the member usually wore striped clothes, trousers, and red caps. That was a symbol of the freedom. So these are the some of the things that they made the club for the discussion regarding the policies, regarding the politics in the country. Now the monarchy was ended. The king and the queen had been living like prisoners in their own palace. In fact, in June 1791, the king, dressed um, as a personal attendant, had attempted to flee with his family, but they were caught by the mob and brought back to the Paris. After the king fled, the assembly decided that a new constitution was necessary in order to elections of uh, election of Constituent Assembly called the National Convention. The National Convention had the first meeting in September 92. It drafted a new constitution which abolished monarchy and declared France to be a republic. A provisional government was set up and its supreme executive authority was given to the Committee of Public Safety, which was headed by the extremist leader like Danton and Robespierre. The king was tried and executed. In January 1793, the king was tried for the high treason. He was found guilty and sentenced to the death. On 21st January, he was executed. A few months later, the Queen Maria Antoinette was also executed. The same fate that was done against her also. So here you can see the how the king was abolished and how the country was under the control of the some of the leaders, those who made the constitution, and they created the country as a republic country. In the next class we will discuss about the reign of terror. Thank you.